Welcome, friends, to America's Western Sunbelt, Whisper Rock Golf Club in Scottsdale, Arizona. Look at this place. It's literally carved out of the desert. My guest on this edition of Feherty is my friend and longtime colleague, Gary David McCord. Since we came in the air, you've been asking for him. I've been trying to avoid him. Oh, look. The miracle of television.
That's where I hit him.
But unfortunately, he found me. I feel like I'm with Ace Ventura. Lord help us all. Tonight, my guest is a guy who's ADD, ODD, MAD, and occasionally has PMT. His odd, disconnected thinking makes me feel somewhat normal, if you can imagine that. Gary McCord is a golfer, a writer, a commentator, a complete moron, and in many ways, a totally abnormal human being. Oh, wait a minute,
You're going in first.
Oh, I am?
I don't know how it's going to work. I like to talk. You like to talk.
It seems to me it's just going to end up in a bitch-slapping contest.
Yeah, I don't know where we're going to meet in the middle.
I got to tell you, I do like your outfit.
Thanks. How about this? If you start talking, I won't interrupt, and if I start talking...
You know what? You could do the whole thing yourself.
So go ahead, fire away.
You got to start somewhere, and you were born around the Cretaceous period.
Good place to start. Paleolithic, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Talk to me a little bit about growing up. I mean, you started playing golf with your mom, right?
I was a baseball pitcher, a renowned baseball pitcher in Southern California. I was world class.
Sorry, what's this mean?
Well, it's a cutter. This is a cutter. Okay. This is, I'm going to throw it down and around. I'm going to throw a splitter. I'm going to throw a free thing. I'm going to knuckleball. My arm blew up when I was in school.
Right.
I remember this in high school when I was 23. I would lift my arm and it would come out of place. Literally come out of place. So I did literally in high school. I was, before Al Bundy, I would literally have to stick my hand in my pants in school because the ligaments were all shot.
That is the worst excuse for sticking your hands in your
that's
pants.
At that age, yeah, no question. We moved then to Riverside when I was 16. I didn't know anybody. I went to a golf course and just started Fairmont Park and just started playing golf with the old guys all day long. Knew nothing about it.
With the old guys?
Well, they're my age now. Yes, they seemed old at that time.
But you were, a Division II All-American, and there's something about that Division II that sort of goes just as a thread that runs through your career.
It was a small college. They call it college division. It wasn't the big boys. I played with the big boys, SC, UCLA.
Yeah.
And then I won the NCAA in 1969.
Is that not the NC Single A if you're in Division II?
No, it was just, we don't want you here. You go play in another tournament over there, little schools.
Oh, right.
So I was the king of the little schools, college. So, I got pretty good for not knowing what I'm doing, just hitting balls, empirical knowledge, hit it. That felt good. That felt bad. Don't do that again. That's how we learned. That's how I learned how to play golf. Yeah. And it was late. I was 16.
And a lot of people don't know about you. I mean, you've got a very inquisitive mind. I mean, you love to know the science behind things and why things work, especially really irrelevant things.
Yes.
Yeah, those are the things that fascinate you. So, you play a whole lot better than you let on.
You've seen my career.
I know.
You've seen it. It's in paper. You can read it. What do you mean I play a lot better?
But you do. I mean, you gave yourself a number of chances to win. It's just when you didn't really like the winning part of it, you got into position and then you collapsed like a deck chair. You finished second a couple of times in Milwaukee for some reason.
Beer. Was
that it? Beer? You never won on the main tour. In fact, you had a license plate, I'm not sure if you still have it, that says no wins.
It's at the house, I'll show you.
It's at the house?
Yeah.
You had some memorable moments on the golf course. Like at the FedEx, St. Jude in '84, there was one of the most spectacular trouser ripping incidents.
Oh, magnificent, it was.
Yeah.
As you know, Memphis in, I think, August when we played it, is biblically hot. Biblically hot. And I'll never forget, the pants I had were the kind of they're wearing now, the checks, and there was a really tight cotton pant on. And I had, again, as you know, when you're out there playing, you're working hard, you forget to do laundry. And I had forgot to do laundry like 4 days prior. So I was, what shirt, I've worn a shirt a couple of times, and I had these pants on were tight, and it was hot, and I was sweaty. And I had gone commando for, I think, my 4th day in a row.
Oh, no.
And I got on the 4th hole, and it's hot, and I'm sitting on a plumb bob, and I went down to plumb bob, and I heard this giant, and it kept going. Rip, 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 rip. Literally, my pants ripped from the top of the fly all the way around to the end of the buttocks.
If you think about it, that's kind of the definition of plumb bobbing. When the plums and bob pop out.
Both come out.
Yeah.
So now, what am I going to do? Fast decision. I'm always fast.
Very quick.
Whether it's wrong or right, it's fast. I look over and I'm playing with Rod Curl, who is a full Win-2 Indian. Remember Rod?
Yes.
You ever play with him?
Yes, I remember
I
Rod.
looked at him and went, Rod Curl, Win-2. It's perfect. My caddy had a towel, so I put it in like a loincloth here, draped it over, and then I got another caddy, he brought another towel, I put it in the back. So I had a loincloth in front and loincloth in the back.
And the fact that you thought of that loincloth was the fact that Rod Curl was a full-blooded Native American?
Otherwise, if I wouldn't know where to go with this if I couldn't think of, because I'm going to have to play 14 more holes with my junk hanging out. And that's not, I'm going to get arrested, basically.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So I started to play. And I'd get up and I'd push it down and under and this down and under and I played. And you know what? I shot 3 under on the front. Now I'm playing pretty good. The reason? I didn't move, I had a tendency to move my legs too much in my swing. I couldn't with the loincloth because it was uncovered.
Well, yeah, I mean.
My legs stayed quiet. I started going like that. My caddy goes, go in the pro shop, get some pants. I said, we're going all the way with this.
I want you to go slowly because my hair is apparently not great.
Friday, next Friday, you're mine. And you're mine Monday. Don't give me that. You're mine Monday. Monday.
Much smaller than that.
How would you know that?
The members seem to have a tremendous respect for you here.
They do. You can see I am on a pedestal.
I remember the first time that I did a senior event at which you played well, and I was assigned to your group.
That was the Ford Championship. In Detroit. Yes.
You're playing nicely, and I really want you to play well, so I'm trying to keep out of your way.
I literally remember we were at Dearborn, and it hit the tee shot, and as soon as I made contact, I go, where's Feherty? Where's
I know.
I bolt towards you because you just start running. And I thought, wow, I've got him on the run. And it's not, many guys can get you on the run, and I had you.
I never thought about that.
I had you on the run, and it helped me a lot in my psychosis.
Well, plus, he's surprisingly fast. I mean, you keep yourself in a remarkably good shape for a man. I mean, what are you now? You're like a net 87?
Basically.
Yeah. But what is your actual physical age in human years, not in dog years? Or
Real?
Yeah.
Real. I'll be 64 in about 2 months.
64?
Yeah.
I don't know how many 64-year-olds would, there's a mountain called Low Mountain here. We're blocked, the view by the clubhouse, but
it's right there.
It's right there?
Right there.
That's the one?
Low Mountain.
And you can walk up and down that in 28 minutes?
Yeah, you got to go fast. And you got to do it this time of the year because the snakes come out in about a month. So then you go really fast if there's snakes up there. Every once in a while, the owners around here, I'll take a bull snake, which looks just like a rattler, and I'll grab it and I'll go in the pro shop and I'll let it go in the pro shop and start hollering rattlesnake and see how many doors fly open and people come running out. And I got in trouble for that.
Really?
Twice.
Really?
Twice. Yeah.
Now, we're here at Whisper Rock, which is, it might be, in terms of the quality of play that the membership, is capable of, the best club in America. In fact, I think without question. How many members are there here?
There's 550. We have 36 holes, and the average handicap is 6.9. We've got 32 golf pros here and about 75 guys that scratch or better. So there's always a good game.
Who are some of the members here?
We'll start with Phil Mickelson, Paul Casey, Jeff Ogilvy, Martin Keimer's going to be here today. Baddeley's here. I think he's leaving tomorrow for the tournament. Bryce Mulder's right over there. Nice shot, Bryce. He's over there. I tried to give him a lesson yesterday. They don't get near me.
Who is that?
Oh, I don't know, but it looks like a professional. Come on, let's go see. See how his game is.
That's Aaron. Oh, and he's hitting one-handed. Oh, excellent.
All right, so he's got some mental problems.
Yes.
Wow, how long have you been doing that?
Wow, is that your real swing?
I mean, I've seen that move on a couple of good players, but not many of them because they start hitting it left. Right, did you see that right there? Did you see it? Did you see that?
I saw that.
Now, I have a keen eye because this stopped and this went this way, okay?
What
so
stopped?
now he's got it, this stops, this, and then it goes this way. And that's, if you get a heartbeat, it's gonna go left. And I'm just asking, you don't want to hit a left, do you?
No, I think you're on a good point there, you know?
Yeah, see?
Because you really want to keep...
See, you thought it
I'm not sure what you're pointing at, but I think you got to keep this moving.
Yeah.
All right, let me see if I can...
He's gonna be good
see if I
one
can
day.
change this, get this moving.
Yeah, this has got to slow, and this has got to go that way.
Okay, all right.
Got it?
All right.
Got it?
Dancing.
Got it? There,
All right,
good.
I got to focus. Those socks are pretty loud there. You know?
What socks? We'll see how it's going.
That looked deliberate.
That was that.
I'm just saying. I don't know much.
Yeah.
Right.
Good
Great to see you guys.
Play well,
Cheers.
as always.
Well done. It
Cheers.
actually looked like you knew what he was talking about there for a while.
You know, you have to make him feel good, you know?
I know.
I'm at that age.
Can I walk in the other direction?
What was that? Gary?
Ooh,
Hey!
Boy. Yeah, it's time we were out of here.
There's a lot of celebrities and stuff out here, and we just treat them all bad.
Yeah.
All of them.
And, Martin Keimer or Phil Mickelson or most of these guys would, in pretty much any other club, they'd make them an honorary member. Just be happy to have them here. But everybody pays here.
I'll tell you a real quick story on that. Greg Trias, one of my good buddies, owns the place. We're at a meeting 100 years ago. We opened this in 2000, so it was about 1998. We got this big meeting. He goes, okay, Gary, here's what we're going to do. We're going to start this club. It's going to be 18 holes. We're going to get the best players. I want you to get out there. You're out there in the world. You're fine. I want national members. I want good players. Let's really develop this thing into a really cool situation. You've got to help. You're the backbone of this thing to go out. Okay, fine. Okay,
You're
Greg,
the backbone.
I'm the backbone. That shows you Greg and,
Wow.
and his criteria. Whew. So I get up and I say, I got to go. And he says, I'm about at the door. And he says, I'm going to need your check first. And you know me. You know me. I'm a little penurious at best.
Yes. Yeah.
And I stopped and I goes, excuse me, Greg? He goes, I need your check first. I said, I'm a golf pro. I don't pay for anything.
This man wouldn't spend Christmas. He wouldn't spit in case you got a free slide.
I wouldn't.
No.
I wouldn't. So
No.
we argued. What are you talking about? I can get any club I can go in and get an honorary member. Okay?
Yeah.
What?
He wakes up in the middle of the night to make sure he hasn't lost any sleep.
And sometimes I stay awake worried about that.
Yeah.
And you're the same way, by the way.
Well, I know. But
So anyway, he taught me and I wrote a check. I wrote the biggest check of my life. He framed that check, and every tour pro that's out here, we have to pay full boat. He showed him my check in the frame. He said, this idiot paid.
that would be proof.
So they did it. I got bull in. That was good. I know it's going to be bleeped.
No, that won't.
That's excellent.
We'll bull all day long.
I did ask Neil Pilson when I first started working, what are the rules?
Yeah.
He said, here are the rules. They're real simple. You say, probably get away with it. You
Yeah.
say, you're gone.
Yeah. So this is the upper course?
Yes, this is the upper.
Who designed this?
Fazio. 9 holes, winds down here, and then it goes 9 holes up in those boulders. It's magnificent.
I've been up in the boulders,
Yeah,
yes.
it's beautiful.
Literally up in the boulders. Oh, we got some serious choya. Got some chain link choya
Chain link
there.
choya, very good.
Barrel
Usually
cactus. Remember I
barrel
sat on one of
cactus,
those?
They always
No.
point, they always grow pointing to the sun.
Yeah. There is Tassajia. It is the worst Indian tea tree.
How do you know the desert stuff?
Well, I just find out, you know. Where are we going?
I have no idea.
You're 64 years old. You have 4 grandchildren that are in their mid-20s.
24, 22, 20, and 17. 3 in college, 2 graduated from college.
So you're this close to being a great-grandfather?
Oh, every phone call. Every
Yeah.
phone call, yes. Which
Yeah.
you would have a lot of fun with, by the way.
Oh, yeah. If you were a great-grandfather,
Oh,
that's
yes.
unbelievable.
Well, it's right there.
Because, I mean, there's an outstanding chance, as healthy as you are, you know, that you could be a great-great-grandfather.
I have goals.
Yeah, and speaking of health, a few years ago you did have a scare. You had, and I was very impressed by it. First of all, I thought you were faking it for
You
sympathy.
did.
I did, yeah. But you went down, and it turns out you were fairly seriously ill with pericarditis, which is an enlarging of the sac that fills your heart. It fills with fluid. And I was very impressed, that at your age, you had any sac filled with fluid.
He's used that before, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, we all thought that you were going to go tits up on us.
I couldn't breathe, and I didn't know what I had. And I couldn't. If I laid down, I felt like I was having a heart attack. And I better go in. So I go in, and my doc gets in. We take a chest X-ray. Comes back, and I'm sitting there in his office, and he puts it up on the thing with the white light behind. He looks at it, and he went boom to the phone, and he calls the Mayo Clinic. He said, I got an emergency coming in. I got a guy with congestive heart failure. His name is Gary McCord. Admit him immediately as Dr. Cool.
Whoa.
And he didn't even look at me, and I'm congestive heart failure? That does not sound good. So he looks at me and he goes, can you get to the hospital right now? Without driving, you can't drive. I call a buddy of mine, John Jacobs. Legendary John Jacobs.
That's not the first person.
Right guy. We can go into a lot of reasons. Anyway, he gets his car and he comes over and he picks me up, and I can't breathe. I literally can't breathe. So we're driving to the Mayo Clinic, and and he's just patting me, and he smokes 15 cigars a day. I said, you can't smoke a cigar. And that kills him. So he's just patting me, you'll be okay, you'll be okay. And I kept saying, I've got congenital heart failure. I've got congenital heart failure. So I could see the Mayo Clinic, I can see it. And there's a pregnant pause, and he looks at me and he goes, do you want to know why I'm not playing so well? Well, I thought it was a very curious time to ask that question.
You wouldn't expect to see that one coming?
But now I've got to ask why. I've got to find out. So I said, John, I said, no, why? And he goes, I was thinking about it last night. He said, my problem is that I practice sober and I play drunk. Now, we just pulled into the emergency, and I get going like that. I start coughing, and I can't contain myself.
Yeah.
And I'm coughing, and he's hitting me on the back. What are you doing? And then when you go to the Mayo Clinic and you say you've got congestive heart failure, there are 20 guys that hit you at the
Rubber
door.
gloves.
At the door. So we go in, and they've got guys, they got needles in me all of a sudden, we're going. And they push me into this room, and people are flying. I'm on a gurney, and they're flying, and all of a sudden, just like the movie The Shining, Jack Nicholson opens the door, and it's JJ, and he looks into all the doctors, and he goes, if he needs a vital organ, I'll give him one of mine. Now, as you know, you don't want to get anything John Jacobs has got.
You wouldn't
Nothing.
want, no.
So if I pass out and they put something of his in me, I'm dead.
Just outside the left edge. Very nice, very nice. That's a net 6. The thing about McCord is he plays golf every day. He's jabbering in the background as usual. And he really is a beautiful player. And we can't possibly use this in the show because he'll hear it. He has the most fabulous swing. The problem is he just uses it too often because his mind works so quickly. Very impressive. If you've been watching this little anti-social experiment we call Feherty for any length of time, you'll know that Gary McCord is one of my favourite punchlines / punching bags. My great old friend is the gift that keeps on giving. It does seem like every dillwad on the planet spends as much time tweeting as McCord does at the urinal. McCord puts his on both legs at a time. It's really strange.
Does he jump in the air to do that?
No, he doesn't. He can't do that anymore. There's an uncanny resemblance to McCord. I don't feel pretty very often, except, when I'm with McCord.
He's my neighbor in Arizona.
I know.
And when things are going really bad, I go hang out with him and Costas.
Yeah.
I feel better about myself.
That'll make it, yeah. And the significance of this gnome is that once it was inserted into Gary McCord. Yeah, of course they got McCord as well, but he wouldn't make the team.
No, he probably wouldn't. No, he'd just have to talk a load of nonsense.
There's no golf commentator and analyst I enjoy listening to more than Johnny. Well, except Gary McCord. I can't say that with a straight face. Gary McCord actually gets published. This is another sign of impending apocalypse. I scorn this as I would scorn a pile of festering hamster droppings. One of the similarities that we have is that I was 37 when I joined CBS and kind of penniless. But, you know, I was a millionaire compared to you. Where were you living when you got hired?
Well, when I got hired, when I was 40, I think I was 40 or 41, I was living in a U-Locket in Escondido, California. If you put a cot in there and you put a space heater and you wait till the night manager does his errands at about 10 o'clock, then he'll go back in his office and you can sneak out the 80-foot cord and stick it in, otherwise they're gonna find you're living in there. I had a 15 by 10 U-Locket. Everything I owned was in there, and I had enough room to walk around freely.
Did it ever cross your mind that it might not be a good idea?
No, I'd lived there, and I'd just gotten divorced, and I had nowhere to go, and I was always on the road, as you know. I mean, I'm on the road. I'm playing, or I'm doing CBS. I was never home.
That's pretty amazing.
That is, yeah.
I mean, you had done some work for CBS, you know, before that, you know, on a part-time basis.
Yeah, I started in, first job, happen chance, was at Muirfield. I was
in 86?
In 86, I was on policy board.
The Players Policy Board?
And I was
How
flying.
does this happen?
Yeah, you're right. What criteria do they have? And I was flying from Colonial to Muirfield. There was a policy board meeting.
Right.
Early in the week. And the guys from CBS were in front, first class. I'm in the back.
Of course you are.
34C, right by the John. They bring back some wine for me, half-drunk bottle of wine, halfway through the flight. So I get up and I go and I thank Frank Cherkinian, Ken Venturi was there, Ben Wright, Pat Summer, all there on the front. They're giggling at me. How is it back there? And I got real fast. I went, Frank, I said, listen, I'm on the policy board. I'm making decisions as to contracts with CBS, NBC, ABC. I don't know anything about a golf telecast. Could I possibly, when we're done the policy board meetings here, can I sit and watch you in the trucks if you can give me room and board for the rest of the week? I didn't have any money. I was broke.
This is basically begging.
He goes, oh, all right, come in Friday. Come in Friday. You stay over at the, I think we're at Stouffer's. Stay at the Stouffer's, check in. Perfect. So I get in there. I sit on the trucks Friday, and he turns around and he goes, hey, Frank Cherkinian, our Carthenian general, 5'8", the guy that invented television for get out to 16. Frank, I wanted to watch. Get out to 16. So I get out of the thing, I start walking to the 16th hole. Well, I think what I'm going to be is a spotter on the tee, which is a caddy that's basically missed the cut.
Yeah.
And the player flashes, Joe LaCabo will go like this.
Yeah.
Freddie's hitting it, his hitting
iron.
a 7-iron. Okay. So I start walking back, and I get a call up here from Vern Lundquist. He goes, come here, up to the tower. So I walk up and he hands me a headset.
Yeah.
I didn't know who was yelling at me. I had no clue.
The voices in your head?
Yes, it could be. There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
So I do this. Sunday's telecast. And I'm pretty sure it was Freddie Couples hit it on the bank above the 16th hole, going straight back down to a green that's this fast, tilted the other way. Vern goes, what's he got, Gary? I said, well, Vern, here's what he's got. You people want to know? Out there, go grab your wedge, grab a ball, chip it from your lawn onto your driveway, start hollering for it to bite. That's what he's got. Get done, Frank goes, Sunday, and he goes, what are you doing next week? I go, I'm playing Washington Kemper. Oh, okay, good. When you missed a cut, come back up. He did that for 3 years. When you missed the cut, and you know, I missed a lot of cuts.
A lot of cuts.
I got a lot of work at CBS from 86 to 90, basically a per diem for 3 years.
$500 a weekend?
Yes. How'd you know that?
Because you told me earlier.
Oh, I did?
Yeah,
I did.
yeah.
It was 500.
He's 64.
It was 500.
Yeah, 500 a weekend. You work for what, 3 or 4 years?
You know what you can put in a U-Locket to spiffy it up for $500?
Oh, it must have been magnificent.
It was beautiful.
You really broke the mold, you and Ben Wright, with the banter between the two of you. That outspokenness, you know, it got you banned from the Masters. How did that affect you initially? And tell me the story of, you know, why you're not back there at the minute.
1994. I'm up in the tower. I'm on the 17th hole. I have Neil Pilson next to me, who is the president of CBS Sports, with a bat phone that goes right into the office. As you know, like you, I have ADD really bad.
Yes.
Okay? So I'm sitting up there, and what I do is I have magazines.
Yeah.
And I read magazines constantly, not to read what's there, but words. Infuse words. If you get an idea, a word will spark an idea.
Yeah.
And, okay, I'm going to go that idea. And as you also know, if you've got some good lines, you wait till Sunday at Augusta late. And those are the ones that get written in the paper.
No,
are the ones.
I don't.
You don't. You don't.
No.
I do. I used to. So I'm sitting there and I'm reading. I got in this article, it's People magazine, about 5 magazines. I'm reading, and it was Escondido, California, where I lived in Ulocca. And there's a spa there called the Golden Door. It's an unbelievable spa that costs forever, whatever, for the women. And I'm reading into there's electrolysis, there's grape leaf wraps, there is lettuce wraps, and there is bikini waxes. And I remember going like this.
In the meantime, the Masters is going on.
It's going on, and I'm in a commercial.
Right.
17th hole late on Sunday.
Okay.
And I'm looking at this, and I went, bikini wax. And they said, you know, the one thing that they're really, really afraid of here at Augusta, and they'll always be afraid of, is the speed of these greens. In fact, these greens are so fast, I don't think they mow them, I think they bikini wax them.
Yeah.
Now, at that point, I think it's a pretty good line, and I look over, glance at the president. He's kind of giggling. Okay, I'm clean.
Right.
I'm clean. I don't think anything of it. So about 3 days later, Frank calls me in. We're at Harbor Town. He goes, "We got some problems. They don't like what you're saying." And and I stopped.
It wasn't any one specific line.
No. It was me.
It was your style.
It was me, and I'd been there, for a couple of years now. Been there since '86, I believe. And I am not good for Augusta. How you're still there, I have no clue.
Well,
but probably the fact that I got fired, they're not going to fire you. It's a tournament that if I was running, I wouldn't want me there either. They do a pretty good job at Augusta doing what they do.
Yeah.
So they didn't like me there. Okay, I finally accepted it. And then I tried to make that negative into a positive by staying on the high road. Okay.
Yeah.
Just what I said. I believe that. I'm not right for it. They have the right, and it's fine. When I go, that'll be the thing Jim Nantz says at the end, and he was kicked out of Augusta. That's the only thing that bothers me, that it could be on my headstone. There's my boy Broderick out there. Look at him. 75 years of age. 75 years of age. He can outdrink anybody right there in the white.
Yeah.
Hey, Broderick! I hope the guy in the cans. Broderick, you fat old man! Look, he's giving somebody a lesson.
Terms of endearment.
All right, David. This hole here, it's up the hill. I gotta get the ball in the fairway over here on the. I'm gonna try to hit. What do you want left here?
Well, it looks to me it's perfect for your low burning cut.
Okay. Let's see what we got for you.
Okay, that was a high flaming shank. I mean, it was left to right, I'll give you that, but maybe you should try something simpler.
You want it lower? A little more?
Lower and maybe, not in the desert.
Oh, okay.
Beautiful, a low diving hook, yeah.
Both of those balls are right in play.
You could put a Walmart in between those two.
The first one hurt.
First one looked like it should have hurt.
Yeah.
There was a film made called Tin Cup, and not a lot of people know this. The director was a guy called Ron Shelton, who became a very good friend of yours, and it was based basically on your life.
Our agent sent me the script. I get it like this, I'm in Dale. I'm looking at the script, and it says, the cover letter is a movie called Tin Cup, about golf, Kevin Costner, Ron Shelton directing, and I'm reading it, and I'm going, wait a minute, I did this, and no one knows I did this. So I call Ron up. I get his number, I call him up. Conversation went like this. Ron, Gary McCord, why me? He says, because you got kicked out of Augusta.
Really?
I said, really? I said, where'd you get this stuff? Where'd you get the Pelican? He goes, you did that. I said, well, what about the scene with Kevin making, I think, what did he make, 12 on the 18th hole? He says, oh, you did that in Memphis. No one knows about that. He goes, oh, yeah. The conversation took about 3 minutes. I said, what are you doing right now? He goes, nothing. No, Hollywood. I said, get in a jet and come out to Vail. Came out to Vail. We went hiking where you and I go. And we sat there for 3 days and had cocktails and talked about the movie and what I was going to do. And I said, I'm in.
And you and Peter Costas taught Kevin Costner how to play?
And Kevin came down when we were at the World Series of Golf. And we went over to Sharon Country Club, and we just kind of got him to where he looked like he could play.
Yeah, no, you really did.
Made him look like he could play.
You were more worried about that than you were about your own part as an actor, because you turned in maybe one of the worst performances of acting in the history of cinema.
I have a tendency, as you know, to take things a little deep.
Yes.
Yeah.
You just went a smidgen over the top.
I overact a little bit.
Just a little.
I can be worked with and get better, but...
No, you can't.
I can't, because I haven't got a call since Tin Cup, and that was '96.
One of the things that you love is, sleight of hand. Take me back to the magic tricks and high school.
I went 1 year to Garden Grove High School, okay, in Garden Grove, California. And the head of the drama class was Steve Martin. And we used to work at Disney. I used to see him at Disney, and there's a bridge that goes over to Fantasyland. And right in the corner over there before Fantasyland, there's a little magic shop. And Steve would come out, arrow through his head, balloons on, with his little desk, and he'd start doing all these conjuring tricks. I'd sit there and look at him, and it was always in the back of my mind, that's fun on that card.
For years, Gary McCord has
Take
been
one card
tightening
out.
the drawstring and the shorts of my mind with his sleight of hand
you got it out of
hijinks.
the deck?
He's
Yep.
going to try and do it
Okay.
again. Distracting me is about as difficult as getting a beagle puppy to pee on your kitchen floor.
Hey, you got your name on it, so. Okay, I want you to tell me when to stop and just put it on top of the deck. Whenever you want, anytime.
Stop. Go ahead. Go ahead.
This is an hour show.
Up.
Okay, that one right there, put it on top.
This is the card cam. See if you can uncover how McCord tricks me every single time. Yeah.
Okay, and what we're gonna do here now, and we're gonna take these cards, and we're gonna try to shuffle these cards up. Oh, that wasn't a very good shuffle there. Hold on, let me get a shuffle. These cards are brand new.
I hope you're watching.
Brand new cards. There we go. Okay. I've got them shuffled up. I don't know what the cards are. Right now, I want you, let's see, give me a number. How many tournaments did you win worldwide?
10.
10. Count down to the 10th card in that deck. 10th card in the deck. You sure you won 10?
I'm gonna write on your nose with that if it's
All right.
the 10th card. 1, 2, 3,
And
4.
then put it right there.
5, 6, 7,
8,
9,
Turn over that card, and you put something on it.
10.
You put
Thank you.
something.
That's not my card.
Try the 11th. Maybe it was the 11th. There was a leap year, I think, in there. No. You know what
You know how satisfying this is?
What was your card?
It was the, I've forgotten.
But it had your name on it.
No, I didn't have my name on it. Oh, it was the Jack of Diamonds, I believe, and it had the word moron written on it.
Really? Well, there's only one place that I actually keep a card that's that with moron written on it, and it's right there. Yeah, I wouldn't touch that for a while.
Don't even want to touch it?
I wouldn't touch that for a while, but that's kind of some of the stuff. If you really get bored at night and you want something to do, you just get a deck of cards and start doing that stuff. So.
Whoever doesn't get down in 2 has to shave Peter Costas' back.
You're on.
I've done it before, so it doesn't bother me.
Hey, there's no way in the world you can two-putt this. None.
You don't think so?
Nope. Phoenix is over that way.
Okay.
That's all I'll tell you.
Oh,
That's about the right speed. I don't like that. I told you Phoenix was over that way. I'm a professional.
Yeah.
And I can do this.
Oh, beautiful.
Did you feel that wind come up?
Do you want me to read this for you? That's what I do.
No, I got it. Remember, I'm a member here. This is going to break your heart.
Oh, get in. Get in. Oh, just missed it by that much.
Now, this seems easy to me.
Yeah, it is easy.
Straight up the hill.
You're saying that's straight up the hill?
Yeah, straight up the hill.
It's got to be inside left.
You know, you're the one that reads the greens.
See, something like that. 15 years removed, you know, from playing the golf for a living, and, you know, he has nothing.
The wind didn't blow. I'd hit that chip closer, but...
It was a wind problem.
No, it was. It's those devil winds they've got here, and they come up.
Yeah. I heard it. What sort of shape is the game in?
I think the game is in very good shape because we have a nucleus of a bunch of really good young players. We've also got the best player I've ever witnessed in my life, Tiger Woods, trying to come back, and he's trying and he's trying. And if he ever gets to that point and he's got to play all these young pups that are really good, that makes for great drama. And don't forget Phil. Phil is really going well now. So it's a whole stew that you can sit there and you can stir it up. And you're going to get a very, very nice stew coming out of this because it's got stuff for everybody. It really does.
Everybody who enters the tournament can now win. And there are people that don't even qualify for the tournament who are capable of winning all the way through the nationwide tour. Yeah.
And you know, the old thing, you got it when we first came out and we're doing this business. Where are all these young guys? Where are some good young players? Where are they?
Yeah.
There's none good. Where are they?
Yeah.
Now we've just got an influx that's really exciting. I love to watch them. Like you said, I get to play with them a lot out here and watch up close and personal for cash, how good they are.
Yeah.
Okay, because they drag the old man to the back tees at 7,600 yards, and I'm out there flailing away with them. So it's fun to watch, and it's, for you and me, it is a very difficult medium we're in to try to tell these people how good these guys are and what they can do.
Yeah, I think you have a different perspective, a slightly more modern perspective than most people your age, that might think, well, we're never going to see rivalries like Nicklaus and Trevino, or, what we had back in the, with Player and the Big Three and all of that sort of thing.
Well, you got a guy that's beating the crap out of everybody. How can you get a rivalry? Phil comes along. Phil's had one hell of a career, 40 wins, 4 majors. I mean, he's had a hell of a career. You stack it up, it's better. In the top 10, he's there. How can you have a rival when this guy is so much better, in my opinion, so much better than anybody's ever played the game in all aspects?
Sometimes I don't know. I think that I don't know anything about golf. When I'm watching it, but there's one thing that's remained constant throughout my broadcasting career, and that's my friendship with you. I wouldn't be in this business if it weren't for you.
Guys, here we are up here in a little bit of a windy tower on 16. David Feherty here with me. Nice going in Europe. You've come in the top 5 the last 2 tournaments. You haven't played in a while. Nicely done.
Yeah, thank you. I think that they make the hole a little bigger over there. That's what it seems to me.
I heard that, and you need that. I would like to have that too.
I know you pretty well, I think, and I know you don't do emotion very well. You use humor and your intellect to sort of talk your way out of it, or act your way out of when things get awkward for you. But your father, like mine now, is suffering from Alzheimer's disease, and it's heartbreaking for me to go home. For you, I know it became very difficult towards the end.
Yeah, I'd go home and get there as much as I could, because, in that condition, they go from dementia, and then they finally go into Alzheimer's, and then the whole process starts stopping. So they put him in a hospice. And there's nothing worse in your life to go to an Alzheimer's hospice and to go in there and look at that. And then to go there and sit and look at what your dad is. Diane and I go in there, and I'd sit and there's nothing you can do. You just sit there, and I'm watching my mom try to be as gracious as you could with him, but and I remember I went to her and I said, Mom, here's the deal. I can't do this anymore. I don't know how you're doing it. I can't. You just tell me when it's the end, call me up. I can't do this. I can't.
Your mom, I know she's doing great now. Did she understand? Because I'm wondering
No, she does. She raised me, so she knows.
I know that you don't do like heartfelt or emotional or anything like that. You just start laughing.
You're trying to get me kind of wheezy here.
I'm not. I'm not. It's more about me feeling this way. I love you, and I can't imagine being on the air without you. I really can't. You've meant
nice.
So much to me over the years, and this is getting kind of awkward now. So
it is awkward.
I just want to,
I don't know how many.
Give me an elbow. That's what
I
do.
I'll give you that. No hugging.
Yeah, no.
I like the outfit.
No, little. Yeah, you look good.
Thank you.
If we weren't staying in the same house together, this could have happened by accident.
By accident, it wasn't.
Right now, it's just borderline weird.
Yeah.
The completely random out-to-lunchness of Gary McCord keeps my mood stable. Doesn't necessarily make me any more sane, it just makes me the same. They say you should never work with children or animals, and working with McCord is like the worst of both worlds. It's like working with a dangerous baby animal. That's our show for tonight. Good night, Costas. I need these drugs. And good night, sweetie.
About 1983, I came up with this thing called the all-exempt tour. Okay.
Yeah.
And which we play by now. And one of the deals when I saw if we went to the all-exempt tour, there was going to be no Monday, Tuesday qualifying and doing all that stuff. But there
did time out a minute. In 1983, you came up with the idea for the all-exempt tour?
Yeah.
Was this when you were on the policy board?
No, I was just a player, and I was reacting to the entire absurdity
of Monday qualifying?
Of 70% of the golfers were qualifying on Monday. 70% of the golfers on tour qualifying on Monday. And we're a Bedouin, literally a Bedouin society, going from desert to desert, trying to get one of the 5 or 10 spots. And 60 guys were exempt. That didn't, and salaries were going skyrocketing in baseball, football, basketball, and we're sitting there, we're making nothing in this sport. So I just sat for about 7 weeks. I sat and I got a bunch of magazines to see where these guys were playing and all the different exemptions and put together this deal. And I went to Tallahassee, my next tournament I was going to play in. I rented a big, huge ballroom at the Holiday Inn and invited players to a meeting about something maybe we can use in the future.
All right, now when you invite players to a meeting, that's one thing, but getting them to come, how did you do that?
I don't know. We had this ballroom and I put up brochures. I hammered brochures around. Player meeting, I need to talk to as many players as I can. I want to tell you this new format that I think might work. 112 guys showed up. 112 at 144 main field.
No, you see, that's an indication of just how popular he is. He wouldn't admit it, but that's astonishing. You try to hold a player meeting, if you get 12 of them to show up, you're lucky. You really are. And that's another thing, I did not know that about you. You know, all the idiocy and all the stupidity and the ridiculousness, every now and then he comes up with something that is truly a remarkably good idea, and it really, knocks you off kilter.
Let's go back. The axiom is never, ever get to the point where they can predict what you're going to do. You'll stay in the business a lot longer.
I'm with you.
My friend.
Right.
So I get up and I said, guys, here's the deal. I've got something here I want to talk to you about. I want you to be the devil's advocate. I want you to hammer this system as much as you can. I went blah, 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 blah.
Which is what you're good at.
Which I'm good at. And at the end I went, give me a show of hands. If half of these guys said yes, I was going to take it right to Dean Beeman and go, here, we've got something, us guys, the guys that were going from Monday to Monday, okay? And all these guys playing this tournament at Tallahassee were the guys Monday and Monday. Mm-hmm. These are guys going to get kicked off the tour, every one of these if the system went. And I said, we'll do it. And we got 90%. So I then took it to Dean and things happened and I went to a meeting in Houston. I got up and to the boys, the big players, the Trevinos and all those guys, well, they could care less.
Yeah.
They're top 3 or 4. They could
them?
care less. So they all went, yeah, let's do it. So at that point, that was 85 or something. And then they elected me to the board. I want to be on the board. I don't do boards, you know that.
No,
I don't do boards. So I was elected on the board, and I learned a lot. It was fantastic. Player directors, there's I think 3 of them, and you get elected for 3 years, and you make all the decisions as to where the tour's going, which is a frightening scenario.
With you involved? Yeah.
Frightening scenario. So anyway, that was my education. I loved it. I'm glad I did all that stuff. But again, I didn't want them to know where I was coming from. Well, he's an idiot, but I should have patented. I should have copyrighted things. Every tour in the world plays by that now.
They do.
Just an old bicycle deck, good. The thing when I first started this stuff, you basically go to the store and you get some cards that are kind of fake and everything else, and then when you graduate, you can take any deck of cards once you start working with mechanics and so forth. And basically with a regular deck of cards you can do stuff. And I know this weirds you out.
Yeah.
Okay, but this is simple. I'm going to take, this is a Queen of Hearts. I'm going to take the Queen of Hearts. I'm going to put the Queen of Hearts, and this is when you control something.
Right.
I'm going to put the Queen of Hearts right there, and that is about the 33rd position in the deck. Okay, it's cleaned up. I'm not doing anything. So
right.
30, and there's a Queen of Hearts.
Okay.
Correct?
That was the Queen of Hearts.
And I'll show you the cards on the top. Queen of Hearts is not there. It's not on the bottom.
Right.
Okay. And all I'm going to do now is I'm going to put those back, and you saw it. I'm going to square that up. Not going to touch it. I want you to touch that top card. Put your finger on it. There. And that's the weird stuff, when it floats up to the top and you can't really see it, because that's why they make all those different deals. You do it. Turn on the top card. The Queen of Hearts was buried in 33rd position in the deck. And there it is. Okay, David, another card. This one actually could be, let me find, cards have all sorts of nicknames that the guys use, and I know that this one is near and dear, there we go. Ace of Spades, and that is called in card parlance. You know the nickname of that card? Something you do all the time at night in your garage.
Oh, I weld?
You make bullets.
Oh, I do, yeah. Oh,
You make
bullet. The
it's
bullet.
called a bullet.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, what we're going to do here is I'm going to just, you tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Stop. That card right there. For any reason, did you like that card?
No.
No, just you stop right there.
Yeah.
Okay, we have a bullet. We have a target, and I need a gun. And I know if I ask you, you probably got a gun, but not with
not
you.
on me at this moment.
Okay, well, I have a great imagination. What we can do here is I can make a gun.
Right.
I can make a gun. And if I go ahead and I put that bullet into that gun and flip out one card, okay, what was your card that you had that we shot out of my gun?
It was the 6 of hearts.
Pick it up and let's see how I shot.
I don't want to pick it up.
Well, pick it up. I don't want to touch it. Did I get it right?
No,
That just adds
Yes.
to your mental insecurity. And you know I'm trying to push you over the edge at all times. That was the bullet trick. But that's,
Damn it.
again, there's a lot of work involved, and the guys that do this really are good at it. I'm not, but they're really good at it.
Well, if that's not good, I mean, what's good?
Well, I can fool you. Okay, but there's a lot of people that can fool you.
You've had a succession of beautiful houses. You have other interests. You're not always thinking about golf. I mean, you own land in Colorado and water rights, and you've got mines, all sorts of things going on. Was there a point in your career where, or were there several, most of your career where you wouldn't have thought any of this was possible?
David, I was living in a U-Locket when I was 42.
Exactly. What I'm trying to get at is, there had to be some points that were so low for you that, you thought, I better do something else.
Well, no, every day, literally, every day of my career when I was playing, I woke up and thought, if I start right now with something, I'll be somebody in 10 years. But I have to start right now. And I go, I don't know what drove it, but I kept going, no, you can figure this out. You can play. I couldn't play, but something kept going. You know why? I think it was so easy and so much fun. If you could get by the frustration of it and without blowing your brains out, stick with it. It was golf. I mean, it was golf.
So what you're saying is you can be incredibly stupid for long periods of time.
Stubborn.
But as long as you're stubborn enough.
Yes.
And you're in America.
Yes.
Things will work out.
That's what I did.
Me too.
Yeah, hello? Why do I think I got you into business?
Yeah,
I said you're perfect for it.
You did. We were at the International. I don't know, must have been 92,
2, 3, something
maybe,
like that.
Something like that. And you said to me, I'd known you for a couple of years, just casually, and I knew that there was something about you that was fundamentally not right. I thought, I like that man. And you said, hey, why don't you come up to 16 with me and do a little guest analysis? And I said, well, is that all right? You said, I'll call Frank. So he calls Frank Cherkinian, the Ayatollah, said, listen, I've got Feherty here, the Irish guy, whatever. And I can hear Frank, on the telephone, don't even think about bringing that Irish prick up there. That's ridiculous. If I hear one word from him, you're both fired. Well, he's not even hired yet, so.
That was
and
it.
Then he turns to me, and says, excellent, we're on.
We're on.
So I didn't know any different.
I put you on a headset and I said, I remember giving you a headset. I remember this. I said, all right, here's the rules. Don't try to be like me. Okay? I'm an idiot. Just be you. Be you. I didn't want you to, if we got in, Frank was going to go nuts.
Right.
And you were really good. You answered the questions. I threw you lobs. And I remember we got done. We walked down the tower and you just come in second in a tournament. You were still playing pretty good.
I don't know.
And I went, David, I know you're still playing. You're going to play golf. When you're done, this is what you're going to do. This is what you're going to do, television. I hope it's for us. I'd like you to come back for us. And you went out and kept playing until then you got the divorce and you called me again.
Yeah.
And we called Lance Barrow, and Lance says, yeah, let's try him.
Yeah, I remember, you know, they approached me at the World Series. It was within the World Series. I'd won some tournament in a communist country or something and qualified
You
for
were
it.
big there.
And yeah, and I was at the bar drinking vodka and Gatorade because I was still an athlete. And two guys from CBS approached me, and I immediately thought it was 60 Minutes.
They found out.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, no.
But it turned out, you know, they hired me, and it was because, you know, you gave me that chance that Frank had told you not to.
Yeah. I love it when Frank says no. But I knew, you know, Frank instilled this on me. But then the deal with television, it's really not hard. Go back to I Love Lucy, go to Cheers. What you do is you put 4 or 5 people in a room that are divergent in everything, and you put them in the middle and see what comes out.
Or diverse.
Divergent would be, the
Yeah.
other way. And you put them in a room and let them fight it out. You don't put the same kind of people around and try to do golf.
But golf had been like that for
A long time.
eons.
Yes, a long time.
Yeah.
So I looked at you, and then I, you know, from the answers and knowing you, I went, this guy is perfect for television, because if I ask you a question, I have no clue what you're going to say. When an announcer, when you ask him a question and you can predict exactly what he's going to say, you're gone.
Yeah.
The telecast is done. Everything is gone. So be different. You were totally different. There's a lot of us at CBS that are different. I think that's why it works.